What's up guys, and welcome back to another replay cast. Today's game is between Jaedong and Snow. It is on Litmus and I'm actually really looking forward to seeing some more PvZs on this map. It wasn't the ladder pool for I think just the one season and was vetoed by a lot of people. This is not a ladder game. This is I think just it might have been a ladder game because I can red versus blue it. Could also well have just been a practice game where they did top versus bottom. Don't think it was a competition or a show match, but definitely the kind of games that I've been getting between the good pros playing on their main aliases have been unbelievably high quality, and I don't expect this one to be any different. So continue to try and build this profile between Jaedong and Snow. As I've said, I'm trying to become the rivalries channel, shall I say, right? So where you go to think, oh, can I see some matches between the biggest rivals in the game? So Flash versus Jaedong, Bisu versus Jaedong, Flash versus Bisu. In this case, a rivalry that probably isn't really considered much of a rivalry, right? So Snow versus Jaedong. So trying to build rivalries as well by just searching for lots of games between two players to see, well, on the balance of things, you know, who has the edge. Thus far, I would say, having done a handful of games between these two, Jaedong has definitely had the edge. So let's see what Snow can get done today. So guys, just a big thank you for the support. I just got done doing my analytics for April. Our subs, our views, channel growth in general has just been exponentially brilliant. And that is really, really, really much appreciated. If we are meeting for the first time and you enjoyed today's game, please do hit that like button. And if you haven't already, consider joining our tribe by giving us a subscribe. And by the way, I have also just recently started a brand new Discord server. So this is just for regular viewers of the channel who want to come hang out with me, get to know me a little better, and download today's replay, which you can get access to in the Discord for absolutely free. The link is in the description box as well as in the channel landing page, so easy to find, and I look forward to seeing you there. So the 9 pool has been scouted. Snow has gone with a very standard 2 cannon route. His timing on his cannon is absolutely perfect, so no dramas there. And yeah, man, I think that's one of the reasons why Snow is considered to have a weakness in inverted commas against Zergs is his building optimizations. This was an opinion that Flash put forward, and I think there's some validity to it. By the way, I will never ever fully figure out the weirdness. Sorry, my throat is now deciding to hurt while I'm busy with this thought. The weirdness that is this map. But I think he's trying to glitch some lings through here. He's got 2 through so far. Snow was kind of waiting for it though. So now you have a problem as Protoss. He's immediately just thrown down a cannon though. So as long as he can protect this cannon. Is he glitching any more through? He's trying. It's not quite working for him though. So as long as you can get this cannon up, you'd be golden, man. Absolutely golden. Getting cybernetics core. So not making a zealot, which makes sense. I think he's very safe. And he's now transferring some units, which will also be protected more or less, although no, they won't be. So if he comes to the natural, I don't think these cannons will protect these probes, which is going to be annoying. But anyway, he has managed to glitch in a few units. We'll just see what he can get done here. So yeah, go for it. Attack. There you go. Just as I thought. These cannons aren't going to hit you over here. So you can block all mining, which is what Jaedong has decided to do. So this is why this map was maybe cancelled, vetoed, didn't last. As fun as the double gas is, and as fun as all the one base builds that it did create, and it was a little bit like Screaming Seas and some of the other fun maps. The maps had their own meta. Like the actual standard meta game was just thrown for a ball of shit, and you just have this like funky map only type matches, and they can be entertaining for competition purposes. They can be entertaining even just for like ladder games. But I do think they seldom stand the test of time, right? These games that, or these weird maps that come out, they tend to die after one season. And the solid 4-player maps that are relatively standard, and the good 3-player maps, they tend to live forever, as well as Fighting Spirit. But that is a topic in all of itself. We are making lots of lings here, so I think Jaedong wants to rush the front door. He's making a goon as well, so pressure's on here. Snow's had to pull all the workers to try and plug this up, and our cannons are working overtime. This cannon is getting pretty low, but he's held that pretty well, and I think Snow now has moved into a very, very strong position. This safety cannon makes a lot of sense because Zerg have sacrificed so many drones to go with this somewhat potato-ish open. So you have got heaps of opportunity to safely macro up behind this and transition into the mid-game as Protoss. So we're making a few more cannons, expecting some Mutalisk harassment. When you see Speedling, you can almost guarantee a Mutalisk follow-up as Protoss. He's not going to go Speedling Hydralisk. I mean, it can happen. In fact, the previous game between these two players that I did, it did happen. But for the most part, I think you can expect Mutas. So, yeah, they come. And I do think that Snow is in a pretty good spot to defend. He's got a Stargate. He's making his third Corsair. I wonder if he is getting +1. Yes, he is. Okay, so getting +1 for his Corsair. So, quite happy to go toe-to-toe with the Mutas. Does have a couple of cannons here. Corsairs as well. So, he should be in a pretty good spot to contest what is 6, soon to become 7, 8, 9. So, full stack of Mutas. And Jaedong is not droning up here. He's committed to a 15 drone pressure open. And we've got 3 cannons here, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. He's going to have to involve the Corsairs, although the Scourge are chasing these Corsairs like it's nobody's business. What a start to this game this is. Absolute craziness. Both cannons have gone down. He's gotten 1 Corsair left, and that is it. Is Jaedong really going to get this done with such aggro builds? This is the second game in a row of his against Snow where I found, probably in the first 10 to 12 minutes, he's been incredibly aggressive. Knocks down goons. 1 goon on its own against anything is just pretty much useless. And Snow is under serious pressure to stabilize here. Does have a Corsair a third of the way in. Needs to pull his workers. Oh my god. Well, Jaedong's game sense that he had to do damage because of his commitment to those lings that did nothing was spot on. And Jaedong is doing damage. Lots and lots of it. Could probably kill the main here. 28 probes. He's killed easily 12, 13 probes with this harassment. Just getting so much work done. And I won't be surprised very soon to see drones in the production tab. Just the way that he pivots and reads the game is so incredibly strong. Cyber Core goes down. This Nexus is going to go down. And as I mentioned, making some Overlords, getting Carapace behind this. And I reckon he'll just make another round of drones. This man's Mutalisk play. I've done lots of Jaedong games recently. More than I've in any other era of my time watching and or casting Broodwar. Oh, double Stargate here. Wow, okay. I don't know if +1 finished. It didn't. He's cut nothing. It's the second time we've done a Snow game in the last 6 weeks or so where he doesn't have a main base anymore. This time though, it's against a somewhat more credible opponent, put it that way. So decides to let him breathe. Interesting. 7 Corsair is the number. Doesn't actually have... Okay, so he's re-establishing his Nexus. He's kind of going to start over. Jaedong is making a drone. He's going Hydras, getting an Evo chamber. We'll probably just keep flying around looking for openings. I think he could pick at this mineral line from the back here pretty well. Especially if he involves some Scourge, which will make engaging head-on with the Corsairs a little bit tricky. Okay, no damage there really done. Still no damage done. Scourge, bro. Like the most freaking tilting unit ever. Corsairs make light work of that Overlord. Jaedong establishing a third. Another round of Scourge behind this, getting all the standard upgrades for Hydras that he wants to now start to involve in the game. So Snow's only offensive weapon at the moment is air units. He really needs to get a round of ground units going. I think he's going to take this on head on here. And he is getting some serious cut through. So suddenly Snow has gone from being on the brink to very much back in this game. Wow, that was a very telling exchange. We won't be seeing any more mutas though, that's for sure. I think Jaedong now will involve his Hydras in the game, and that's definitely a pendulum swing back in the other direction. What are we making? We're making a round of probes on Snow side, and we're getting +1 ground. Jaedong's making more drones. So it kind of seems to want to stabilize and strengthen the macro engine while he has the scope to do so. But Snow is going, well, I've got these Corsairs that I've really committed a lot of resources to, and you better get something that can defend your overlords, Mr. Jaedong, otherwise I'm going to be giving you lots and lots of grief. So the solution for the moment is just lots of Scourge, and those should keep Snow honest for the most part, although it can be a bit tilting. Scourge, I mean. You just make all of them and they all seem to die for very little damage. We do have one lonely Zealot and Dragoon running around. Presumably just to confirm that Jaedong is now in fact on 3 bases. Just shooting the slow Zealot in the ass. That's the end of you, Mr. Slow Zealot. You should have run your ass faster. Another cannon being made. So obviously Hydras have shown themselves. Snow will understand the threat. We'll have a peek at his main in a minute to see what tech he's got. Zealot legs are about to kick in. +1 defense is about to kick in. So now our Zealots are fast. So fast +1 Zealots, but there's just not very much abundance of them. We're making more gateways. We have Templar Archive, so we'll be getting Storm very soon. But Jaedong has a window here where I think he can pressure, definitely contain. You can soft contain the Protoss until Storm is out, that's for sure. Still not letting up here with the Corsairs, but now Hydras are out, and they will push away, especially these made a Spore here as well. They'll push away and nullify the effectiveness of the Corsairs for the time being. Trying to get this upgrade before it finishes. 1-1 is finished. This is 1-2. So he's prioritizing. He doesn't have 2 forges, right? Nope. So he's prioritizing +2 defense before +1 attack. This is the second time I've seen Snow do this. So maybe there's a theory where +2 defense is better than +1 attack in this match specifically. I don't know. I haven't studied that specific theory or come across that specific theory. But it is what it is. You know, you don't see it all the time. You also see a lot of Protosses just go +2 attack and they don't prioritize defense, or they go 2-1 or 3-1 and then 2-1 or 2-2. So it really is just a mixed bag. Daryl the High Templar has come and gone. Larry the Lurker is about to hit the field. More Corsairs doing their thing, picking off Overlords. 79 plays 72 in a game that has swung back and forth for sure. And I think while the Hydras are getting their strength up, I like that Snow's expanding here to this 3rd base location. If this can get up without notice, that's really going to put Snow into a very strong position. All the timings are out because of losing a lot of his main base. And Lurker Contain seems to be the plan now from Jaedong. He does have no cannons, just making a gateway here. Don't kill your Templar. I didn't see Storm get research, but considering he's getting plus 50 energy, he probably already has done it. Also now, shot ahead in supply has Jaedong, which is the power of 43 to 45 drones. You really can macro up on that pretty powerfully as Zerg. Probably looks like he's going to get this gateway. Our robo's only halfway done, so observers are miles away still. And maybe he's just going to jump in here. Oh, a nice storm though. Very nice storm. Just creates a whole heap of hydro carcasses. And the supply gap once again arrives. Goes again. I don't know how smart this is. I think he just wanted to try and pick up some cannons. And now the lurkers are in position. Oh, lovely storms again from Snow. We can see the robo finish, but this cannon at the back is like the MVP here. Really, really doing an important job. Storming his way out of trouble here. This third base for the time being is still undiscovered, because I think if Jaedong knew about it, he'd probably be shutting that down before applying all this pressure. More lurkers coming in as well. So Jaedong definitely dead set on trying to contain Snow as much as he can. Snow's going to be under pressure, but he does have... needs to transfer probes. It's going to be difficult. Doesn't have a storm handy. Ah, never mind. Does have one. No decent storm. Couple of decent Scourge connections. The secret about this base is up, and we have a High Templar with no storms ready and a cannon. So this base is pretty much dead in the water, sadly. So it has been revealed, and that is going to be the end of that. And I think within the context of this match, this is huge. Because you ain't going anywhere here. Where are all your units, bro? Okay, they're kind of over here. Is he going to go around the back? This temple's not dead, so if he wants to, it's going to be a long-ass way around. This cannon is now blocking this road, so he's killing it. Look at this contain, dude. Holy crips. Oopsie. Holy crap and holy. +2 on our Hydras. This is our main source of attack at the moment. Just making Hydra Lurker. Yep, containment's just the name of the game. Expanding behind this, not making any more drones, but is taking another base. I expect when he wants to saturate the base, he'll probably add 12 drones. We are now getting ourselves a little supply block with Snow. It also looks like we want to break out of Jaedong prison here. Oh dear. I don't think we're sacking probes. We're not really in the position to do that. It's not like we have supply problems. Snow does actually do this pretty well. Play from somewhat uncomfortable and contained positions. He's doing it well here again. Another observer coming in to try and shoot down all these freaking lurkers, which have got such a good spread on them. He's going to clear most of them. And the intention seems to be immediately go and try and take another base. Which he will need to do pretty much twice. Here we go. So throws down the Nexus straight away. Needs to position his army. He's actually going to go and count. I was going to say, I thought he was going to counter pressure, but I mean, the proximity between this base and this base is obviously massively close. There it is. So he may just counter pressure here. He's got the numbers. Jaedong is sending reinforcements though, and Snow must be careful to get flanked here, although those storms are pretty good. But there's plenty of reinforcements here. A couple of dodge storms on both sides of the map. We're trying to just keep a good view of the sandwich that Snow is potentially putting himself into. Does pick off a High Templar there. Nice storm. I think Snow's going to push forward here. Still +2 against 2-1. 2 on the defense. Snow's fully mined out, so he's actually 100% reliant on this base for income. But because he's pressed forward and Jaedong is very, very low on supply, Jaedong is going to tap out, because without this base, he is in a world of pain. What a game that was! I have, as per the request of a number of viewers, stopped predicting, stopped speculating. I've just called the game as I've seen it. I commentated that game at 10 minutes or so. Looked absolutely over. Snow had lost his main. Jaedong had so many mutas. It was looking like it was on the verge of GG. And yet, Snow kept his composure, made 7 Corsairs. Those Corsairs then went and knocked over 12 or so mutas. Jaedong then transitioned into Hydras, shut down Snow's third, contained him. It looked like it was over. So Snow broke the contain, established a third after losing his third right here, and then continued to press advantage and kill Jaedong's newest source of income and his entire army. And knowing that once this was done, he wasn't going to be able to re-establish to defend any of his other bases. And Snow takes this game down. So guys, never count Snow out. Yeah, many people say that he's not that good at PvZ. I don't know, man. When he brings it on his day, he is incredibly, incredibly good. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed today's game. I will see you guys tomorrow. And until then, take it easy. Bye.